in heat. Still. Ow, 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 baby, baby, baby. Just on my hair. Oh. My hair, and I was trying to lean forward to put the camera on my laptop so I can deal with her and talk to you guys at the same time. But she was on my hair. So this is Molly. This is hopefully her last strong heat cycle for this season. Cat's breeding season is from February to, you want to tell them? September. Very good. So this should be her last strong heat cycle for this breeding season. We're hoping, right? She is very clean when she's in heat. I know she doesn't look like it. I know it looks like she's trying to get away. She's just trying to get comfortable and she can't. So, you know, the poor thing. But she is my baby. I mean, she'd probably rather my husband, but he's not home, right? He's at work. She does have a wound on her paw. Right here. I know you can't really see it, but she has a wound on her paw because she keeps bothering her sister who lives under the couch, and she got hurt. And she has some scars. You can't really see them. I can see them. I know where they are. So she has some scars on her noser from her sister because she just won't leave her alone. Right. You just don't know what no means, do you? Let me see if I can show you a little bit of the scars on her nose. See, just a little bit. They're not that visible. They were actually more visible before her fur grew back. So, I have dark jeans on today, so you can see all the white fur from her. But we okay, right? So this is Molly, and Molly's in heat. Coffee is on the floor, sleeping. That's our one and only boy, Mr. Coffee Bean. We only use the bean when he's in trouble. And this is Molly, Princess. If you're new to the channel and you don't know anything about Molly, I can't tell you much until September 28th, her birthday, when I'll tell you the whole story. But the one thing that I can tell you before then is we bottle raised her. She is what a bottle raised kitten is supposed to look like. We bottle raised her for 2 weeks. When we found her, well, when I found her, I should say, at my parents' farm, Mama had taken off with the other siblings and left poor little Molly behind. As far as I know, she was one of 4, but we never found her siblings again, so she is a bottle-raised baby. She'll be 11 months on Friday, and then September 28th, she'll be a year old. Coffee is actually already a year old. He had his birthday back in July. And if you've been with my channel for a while, you know about Azzy and Willow. Willow is under the couch. She is 7. Her birthday is in April. The end of April. And then Azzy, her birthday is the beginning of April, and she turned 3 this year. Hi, Parrot. So, if you're watching, feel free to say hi. And I give you a shout out if you tell me what country you're watching from. Guys, I've had so many countries on this channel, it's ridiculous. I've had people from Australia. I've had a whole bunch of people from India. I had a person from Saudi Arabia. I had a person from Canada, Wyoming, Scotland. It's ridiculous, guys. I actually also had a marriage proposal on this channel. I had a guy from India propose to me on this channel. I turned him down. He basically said, "Will you come to India to marry me?" And I said, "No, I'm already married." He's like, "Well, your husband's not there. He must not love you." I'm like, "He's not here because he loves me. My husband is at work. You know, we just bought this house. He needs to pay the mortgage." Gojo! Hello! Hello, welcome. So, I've also had some people shame me on this channel. I've also had some people encourage me. Dana, I think that's how you pronounce it. Hi. He actually works at Wolf House Movers here in Pennsylvania, United States. I also get asked a lot, where am I from? I am from the United States, Pennsylvania, born and raised. And he is, so that's where he works. He's a scheduler for Wolf House Movers. And, you know, some days he likes it, some days he doesn't. It's a job. He has mentioned maybe finding something else. He just hasn't found something else yet that he would want to do. And like I said, we just moved. Yeah. So, yeah, I also get asked how old I am. I am 37. Hi, Molly. And no, I do not have any children. I actually cannot have biological children. So my husband and I are looking into the adoption process, and I think we found an agency that we want to work with. They're out of Virginia and Iowa, so we're excited to work with them. I've talked with someone from Grateful Adoptions, and I was very happy with the conversation I had with this young woman or lady, whatever. And I'm pretty sure that's this agency we're gonna go with. I'm really excited. I did look into surrogacy. It's way too expensive for us, so it's just not something we thought would be a good fit for us. So, yes. But yeah, like I said, I did get proposed to from a guy from India on this channel, and I've had some shame come down on me. A lot. I had one person telling me I need a doctor. One other person asked me what happened to my face. A lot of people told me I need to go to a dentist. This staining, it's not cavities, guys. It is actually staining from childhood medications. So, sorry. So if you don't like what you hear, if you don't like what you see, go away. You don't have to watch. Oh, you know, I actually haven't had a lot of people tell me that I look beautiful, so I actually don't listen to the haters anymore. I basically just tell them to go off my channel. Like, if you look back at my old lives, or when the shaming happened, the one episode, it got so bad that I actually was like screaming at my phone at the people. Because it just got to that point where I was just so upset by it that my feelings came out in anger. Ella Dancer, hello. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad. Like I said, if you tell me where you're watching from, I did give you a shout out. I love doing those. They're so much fun to do. because I get to see where everyone's watching from, and it's so cool. So we do have some birthdays this week. Connecticut Ella. We have Ella Dancer 2016 watching from Connecticut. Hello. My husband used to do a lot of work up in Connecticut before he switched from cruise to scheduler. So Sunday we had a birthday, my friend Claire. I actually had forgotten her birthday, and I did send her a belated birthday message yesterday though. So the next birthdays we have is Wednesday. My Uncle Paul has a birthday. Happy birthday, Uncle Paul. And also a woman, I call her Mommy Wilcox. Her last name is Wilcox. I used to go to church with her, and the one time my mom was actually out of town and I was having a hard time, and so I just messaged Mrs. Wilcox, and she has a son that they adopted, but she doesn't have a daughter, so she kind of has like adopted me as her daughter, and so I basically was like, I just, I mean, I I call her Mommy Wilcox. Oh, good. And then a yellow jacket got into this house. I seriously don't know where they're coming in. Because we never open that window. That window is always closed. We never open it, and there's a screen. So I'm not sure how this yellow jacket got in. And because it's flying around, my cats want to play with it. But yeah. So Ella, have you ever danced like competition or anything? Because I love to dance, but I don't do competition. I used to do tap and ballet recitals for like 2 years, and then I was like, I'm done. September 1st is your birthday. Oh, let me get my pen, and I'll put your birthday on our calendar. Because we don't want to miss your birthday. We're definitely going to say happy birthday to Ella Dancer 2016 on her birthday. We don't like just any birthdays. Ella, if you're married or if you have an anniversary of some sort, like maybe when you met your husband or your boyfriend or when you got a pet, those are cool too. My anniversary is actually September 10th of my wedding anniversary. So, or maybe the anniversary of when you became a big sister or something. Those are all cool. You actually, Ella, you actually share a birthday with another person from my channel named Courtney. So we also have Ella now. So that's awesome. Yeah, Courtney is also that day, and so is an old pastor friend of mine. So that's awesome. Elsa, hello. Love the name. Love the name. I am a big fan of Frozen. I actually had a cat named Elsa at one point. We had a female cat at my parents' farm, and my brother was like, let's name it Elsa. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. My brother was a big fan of Frozen too, and the second one, which I like the second one too. The second one awesome. Okay. Hello? I do seem like I'm very smart. Elsa! Happy birthday! I'm gonna put your birthday on the calendar right now so that next year we can say happy birthday to you, Elsa. Happy birthday. Yeah, if you guys have any kind of anniversaries, it doesn't have to be like a wedding anniversary or an engagement anniversary. You could tell me when you got your first dog, and I will put it on my calendar as an anniversary of when you got your dog. I'm not picky. Okay, so I am actually, I don't feel Thanks for making me seem like that I seem like I'm smart. I actually used to sell Norwex supplies, which are cleaning supplies that are chemical free. I actually had to quit my job doing that because with the move and everything, it was just too much with everything else that had going on. Sorry, I'm actually watching Castle right now. So it was just too much with everything else that was going on. So I stopped doing Norwex. But right now, I write articles for a website called I Am Vocal. And I also am a pastor of my own virtual church called Family of Christ. And bear with me one second. I also make homemade jewelry. And I also, yeah, I got you. Ella, I got you down. Don't worry. We share a birthday with someone else who watches the channel. So yeah, so definitely go on Facebook and check out Family of Christ. We have some sermons that are up right now. Not any recent ones. I've kind of been slacking with the move and everything. It just kind of, when we got the eviction notice, it really took a toll on my mental health. And I also have a brain injury, which combats the anxiety and depression a lot. So, and don't tell me to go on anti-anxiety or antidepressants, because trust me, I've tried the antidepressants and I felt worse on them than before I started taking them. Where are you from? I am actually born and raised United States, Pennsylvania. And we just moved from Myerstown to Hamburg. So, yeah. It's not as great as I thought. I'm farther away from everything. I'm farther away from my family, which is my dad, my brother, and my stepmother. I'm farther away from my best friend in the world. Yeah, so. And I'm farther away from his family. I'm actually 45 minutes away from my family, and I'm an hour away from my husband's family, and I am 40 minutes away from my best friend in the world, where before I was only a half hour away from her. Now I'm 40 minutes away from her. But her girls go to school actually not that far from my house, like maybe 20 minutes. So that's really nice. Maybe someday after she's done dropping the girls off at school, she'll stop by here. That's my hope and prayer, that hopefully one day she'll do that. But I'm not gonna hold my breath. I don't see, even though she is my best friend in the world, I do not see her very often. But she is my best friend. She was my matron of honor at my wedding, and it was just weird because she wasn't someone I wanted as my best friend when we met. When we met, I was going through a really bad breakup with my high school sweetheart. And I didn't want her as a friend. She seemed way too perky and upbeat. And I wanted to be depressed for a while. And and God had different plans. God's like, well, she's gonna be your best friend, and she's gonna be in your wedding. Just thought I'd throw that in there for kicks. So when I met her, she weaseled her way into my heart, said, "You're not gonna be depressed for very long," became my best friend. Basically became my sister. She is the best friend in the world I could ever ask for. She picked me up out of depression and said, "You're not going to be depressed for very long." And when I was going through my whole bout with when I started my antidepressants, and when they would wear off, I would feel more depressed than when I took them. When they would start wearing off, I would I would feel more depressed than when I took them that morning. It was really weird, and I hated it because I was at Mallory's house the one time for dinner with a bunch of our Bible study girls, and my antidepressant started wearing off, and I went to Mallory. I said, I feel like I'm gonna start crying, and so I never took them after that. There's a lot of reasons, Dana, why I am depressed. My mom died about 5 years ago, and I was very close to her, but I was depressed before that. I suffer from anxiety and depression. I'm not, I don't have anxiety or depression all the time, but it does come every so often, and half the time, I will feel down the dumps and depressed and not know why. It's weird. I actually don't know the root cause of it. I mean, I did lose my nana when I was 12 years old, but I don't think that's why. I actually don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I know I can't have children, and I really want kids. So I don't know. It's a process, and I don't know. Sucks when you know you're suffering from something but you don't know why. And my doctors are even surprised that it's not all the time. My doctors are so surprised that it's only every so often. And they've put me on 2 different kinds of antidepressants before, and neither of them worked. The first one, I couldn't keep taking it because it made me so nauseous. And then the other one, I would take it in the morning like I was supposed to. And I wouldn't really feel depressed, but I would still take it. And then later on in the day, when it started to wear off, I would feel so hopeless and be like, all I want to do is crawl into a ball and cry. So I was like, I can't take antidepressants. I don't want them. I don't think I need them. And I don't think I do need them. Because it's not every day. It's just every so often. Well, guys, that is it for today. Again, no recipe this weekend because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on Friday. Hi, Guided. Yes, I'm not going to get into that this episode of something that actually did happen to me. Talk to a therapist. I did have a therapist. I did it. I was in counseling for a few years, and then she had to go. They had to go to a different state because of something to do with her husband's health, and they never came back, as far as I know. And I don't have money for a licensed therapist, and I don't have insurance, and me and my husband, we really can't afford insurance. It takes too much out of his paycheck. So, yeah, that's not really an option. But I don't think I do. I mean, there is something that's going on, but I don't want to talk about that on this episode. That will be later. I did go through a certain type of trauma, and we'll talk about that on a later episode, but not today. Again, no recipe this Friday because I don't know if I'm. Oh, hello, Johnny. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on Friday because I am supposed to start my period on Friday. So, no recipe on Friday. I will try to get on Friday if I can, but it won't be a recipe. It will just say, hello. So, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, or if you're getting ready to go down for the night, have a great night. So, I love you. God loves you. Remember, God made you special.